Okay, you'll have to excuse me, folks. I've got a pretty decent cold, but so I have this pretty well surfaced. I've got it sanded down to 220 grits. 220 grit, not grits, sound like we're eating breakfast. But anyway, we got to get this thing, have to get this laid out the way it's gonna sit inside the room there. So the easiest way I have to do it, and I'm cheating of course this plywood's not exactly flat, but that's all right, we can live with it. I'm just gonna, I have my measurements for the corners laid out. This is just gonna save me all the guesswork of trying to get my bevel gauge out and all that good stuff, and sometimes that's not always 100% how you want it. So figure, let's make sure you guys are in frame. Haha, you are. So from the one edge, what'd I do with my pencil? Look at that, right where I left it. This is about the easiest way I know of to do this accurately. So this is kind of the corner where it's going to be sitting on the wall. So that is 39 1/8. Carry that mark down a little bit so we can see it when we have the board on it. Next one's going to be 46 1/2. Alright, so we'll get this turned, so let's get it how we want it here. Now let's double check the camera once again. I always have to do that. Make sure you guys are in where you... not too shabby. Basically, real easy. I'll tell you, this slab is beautiful. She came out nice. Twisted a little on me overnight, which is kind of annoying, but it's really not that bad in the grand scheme of things. It could have been a lot worse. Okay, let's see here. There's one long point. Remember I told you guys that we were cutting it real close here. When I say we were cutting it close, we were cutting it close. Of course, I'll do this 50 damn times. All right, check it one more time. Beautiful. So I'm going to do it just the easy, lazy way. Now, when you do this, make sure that you're setting everything the way it's going to be oriented, where it's going to go. That's kind of a big deal there. All right, time to clean this edge up. A lot of times I use my gouges in my woodworking stuff, but this guy right here is actually, this edge is pretty square, so we'll just use the draw knife. Now, big misnomer with draw knives now, I do keep mine pretty sharp, but a lot of people think you need to be able to shave hair with these things. You don't want them that sharp, because if you have them that sharp, you end up digging in a lot more than you want to. And for something like this, I always go with the bevel down or facing into the piece so it doesn't pull itself into my workpiece and dig too deep. Was definitely I mean, this one is pretty sharp, but like I said, it's not so bad. But it's definitely an easy way of dressing these up. It is a perfect night to sit by the fire out here in the shop. So we just got that slab. Oh boy, just got that slab for the TV stand, the top part done. Got a coat of poly on the top, and on the live edge it's going to be exposed. Of course, we have to do the underside and the end grains, make sure that's all sealed up nicely. I didn't end up doing the bow ties because I don't believe they're necessary. Those the checks are very shallow in that, so I was able to fill them in with poly. They should seal up just fine. But elm is just one of those woods. It's so pretty. It's so overlooked. It's so hard to find any of decent size anymore. Once in a while you get lucky and come across a tree that's died off but hasn't rotted yet. That's what happened with that one right there. I was actually... that's a tree I took down 4 or 5 years ago at a friend's house. It was leaning into the garage, and we were able to get it out of there. It died off, but the wood wasn't rotten. So I have a few more logs out of that yet to mill. But, yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's really cool. So we're just going to keep plugging away, guys. So hopefully next time out, I've got a few more coats to put on that, but I do have to work on the underside. Now, this is a corner cabinet. So it's a little trickier, not really tricky, but there's a few more things to pay attention to. The hard part about it is it's not an equilateral. It's, how do I put it? So it'd be a right angle triangle pretty much, but one side's longer than the other. So a little bit of more paying attention to it and things like that. And when we go to make the face frame for underneath and everything, we're going to have to bevel the sides so they fit tight into the corner. Not a big deal, but just a little more to pay attention to. So I got to get out of this cold. I tell you what, I am just friggin' out of it, ready to take a nap, but that's all right. We're doing good, making good progress. I had a nice get up in the wood shop again. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you on the next one.